Shaq Redemption here to, I'd say, kick off Season 3, but I guess that kind of accidentally happened in the last video that was supposed to end at the off-season. There was a weird glitch there that simulated the first few weeks, just enough to get Shaq hurt, unfortunately. So I did do a bit of a rotation change after I got offline, so I went 11-man just because we're really struggling with the big guy minutes, so we'll see how it goes for maybe a week. And if we lose every game, then we'll figure something else out. I did realize that the shot under basket glitch is alive and well. So Horace Grant's usually, I don't know, at least 65 at it, so now it's 21. But I said I wouldn't touch tendencies because I'm not going to do it for the whole league. I'm not going to do it for my team. But I did look around to see some of the big guys, like Charles Oakley, who really struggles to shoot a good percentage on this game as it is. But his shot under basket is 17 now, and he is shooting 23%. So I don't know why 2K does that, why it resets that specific tendency. I don't get it, but it makes the big guys, well, some big guys not shoot very well. Even Morning's 45, but he is shooting almost 60%, but he has a bit of range, I guess. So, all right, we did go 3-1, and then Shaq got hurt in the blowout loss to the Pacers. So I think we'll just keep going here. Lost a couple wins. Now Penny's hurt. So we are fighting the injuries here. I have no idea. I don't have another point guard. So we need to sign somebody or trade for somebody. Because Nate McMillan's the only... Well, Starks can play it. I'd rather him not. McMillan's going to play quite a bit, I would imagine. Let's just give these to Bowie for now while we go look to see who we can sign. Nobody would sign with me before. But winning 2 games, barely, by 2, and getting whooped by the Bulls, I'll take it, I guess. Alright, is there anybody that will be willing to sign? Definitely not him. It looks very unlikely that we will be getting anybody that's any good. Randy Brown would be wonderful, but I mean, this guy's going to have to play. That's what's scary. These guys are all too young, therefore they won't take the minimum, which is kind of stupid because some of these guys haven't even played a game in the league yet. So Rory Sparrow at 68 overall is the best guy we can afford. He's also other than Sunvold, he's the lowest rated real person. Might be looking for a trade here. Is there anybody here that can play point guard? Tate George can, but won't take the minimum. Smith can, but won't take the minimum. Larry Robinson will, but he's just about the same overall as Sparrow. So, we don't have that many people down here we can trade because they all got signed. So December 26th, whoops, all these guys got signed. So Phils is the only guy we can sign, and that would mean Bowie comes into the rotation, unless I can sign somebody to replace him. Trent Tucker is probably the only guy that will. Ward is almost old enough to where he would. That's unfortunate. Eldon Campbell did not get signed. That's kind of funny. So I think we're going to have to look for a trade that gets a point guard and a wing, if at all possible. Doc Rivers is shooting terribly. I think he's popped up in every single trade offer I've ever done. Gary Grant is an option. Bryant Stith. Greg Grant. Well, there are a lot of point guards. John Barry is shooting really bad. Robert Pack would be interesting. But I need two people, which means I probably can't get somebody that's better than Phil's. I would need... Well, I can also trade one of these firsts that I won't need. But it doesn't look like anybody's going to give me two people, unfortunately. I might have to go try that myself. But I'm afraid they're going to try to take people I actually want on my team. So, let's look kind of closer to the bottom down here. There's a lot of injuries. John Barry was one, but they don't have a point guard. I'm not trading a starter for one of these guys. Sam Vincent, not doing good. Sleepy, can't be traded. Vern, I tried to sign. That's the other problem, is some of these guys, a lot of these guys were recently signed, so I'm limited on who I could even trade for. Knight popped up. I don't see somebody else I would really want. So maybe Anthony Bowie is our best bet. He's playable. Unless something... So Pack and Ainge, how about that? McMillan and Phils. How about... Oh, that says 20%. Oh my. Okay. Higgins was on the list. It's not looking very promising here. Cassell has too much potential. Wesley probably does too. Well, not even given an offer. Stith, but they don't really have a point guard. Phil's on a first would probably do it. I don't necessarily want to trade a first right now for backup players that, when fully healthy, might not even play. Okay, so trading Phil's for a point guard and then Anthony Bowie plain. Phil's was going to be a possible trade piece to upgrade the team near the deadline, but we might have to move on from him a little quicker. It's either that or we start John Starks at point guard. That sounds scary. He is really good at ball handling, not bad at passing. Good consistency. I mean, is it worth a try for a game or two? I still need to sign somebody. Guess we could sign Sparrow. Try him at point guard, and then that means Phil's maybe starts. McMillan still plays a whole lot, and then Bowie plays not that much, because because Phils needs to play more. Something like that we try. I don't like it. Give Starks another minute. Oh boy. Go sign, I guess, Sparrow. Since he's the best guy that would actually sign with me. He can't shoot. He's okay at passing, terrible at defense. Oh boy. The other option was who? Craig Hodges down there. Larry Robinson was the other option. He's younger. He can shoot better. He's also not good at defense. He would be more tradable. Sure. Alright, we are going to make him a point guard. He goes down. Awesome. He is going to be active. Oh, they already made him active. They randomly put Corey Blunt up here. Alright, he is not in the rotation yet, but he might be soon. Let's take a look at these games. The Bulls are 6-3. Derek McKee led my team in scoring. Starks and Scott are going to have to score a whole lot without Shaq and Penny. Kukoc is playing his first full season. He got an early start last year at the end of the season. For some reason, his personal reasons became playable personal reasons. Only won this one thanks to the fourth quarter, and it was Penny and Scott. Starks double-double. Hey, he's showing he can play some point guard right there. That was maybe his trial. The Hawks are not doing too well. We almost lost it thanks to the fourth quarter, so kind of the opposite of last game. Penny had 25 points in 23 minutes, missed one shot before he got knee tendonitis or whatever it said. Starks had 9 assists here. Penny must not have much of a dish tendency. 4 steals for McKee. Alright, this next week is going to be an interesting one. It might be all losses, but we'll see. So, that's interesting. I think closer to the trade deadline, that is a very real possibility that we do that. And then maybe we flip McKee and something for a new starting power forward. Because Grant is always mad. So he goes down. He's on his last year of his contract, I believe. And he's probably not going to shoot a good percentage this year. So that is a possibility. We beat the Rockets, and now we have another injury. Shaq's almost back, thankfully, from his hand fracture. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but McKee is down at a lot of things, so probably shouldn't play. We do need some scoring help in the starting lineup. I think Fred Roberts can play some more. Let's go ahead and make someone active that can't play, so McKee doesn't accidentally play. We can look at some stats here to see who deserves these minutes. He can definitely play more. Phils is going down, but will probably have to play more. Bowie is awful. Roberts is doing alright. Catledge is, like, amazing. McMillan's awful. Sampson might need more minutes. Maybe I switch him and... Well, I won a game, so I guess I'll leave it, but Sampson can take a couple more. Stark should probably play even more. What do we need up there? Looks like just about anything would work. But if Roberts is doing well, we could also go ahead and try Blunt a little bit. Let's do like that. So 13 and 12 is 25 at center. Blunt can play some center as well. So that's 33. 15 left for Grant to play center. So there's 21 at power forward. 20 of those are Catledge. 1 is Roberts. Leaves 17 at small forward. Scott's playing some shooting guard as he'll have to. Let's take... Alright, and hopefully Shaq comes back, so that's not good. McKee is back after one game. That's helpful. Get him back up here. He was not shooting well. Take his minutes down a little bit. Scott. McMillan is not doing well. He has to play though because point guard. Starks is actually pretty happy. Alright, even though he's shooting 25%, he doesn't shoot that much, so he's 2 for 8, so it's not like a big scope of games. He's getting actually decent rebounds and blocks per 36. Not quite as good as Ralph Sampson, who should probably play even more. I don't really know at the expense of who, though. Horace Grant is doing pretty awful, so he can probably lose a minute. Bowie can not play that much. Alright, Shaq has returned. That's glorious. Let's put Blunt down there. Shaq jumps back in the starting lineup. I think Ralph well, he's 6 worse. He's not going to get the backup minutes. We probably need to go 10-man. Phils is struggling. Whoops. Alright, Bull is going to play 1 minute less. If Roberts and Catledge, they're both doing well, so I'm going to take Bowie out. I'm glad I didn't trade Phils, because Bowie has been awful. We're not going to play Shaq quite as much. We are going to go 10-man. We have... Who else is... Why does it say I have 30... Oh, 35 secondary. Okay, so... Roberts needs to probably play less. Get Shaq up to 30. Grant is not as bad as he was at the end of last season, but if you shot better than 39%, maybe it'd help. Alright, and then we do... I think Catledge is going to have to drop. let's do that for these two games. Can we win one of them? Horace Grant is out 6 to 8 weeks. That'll make it impossible to trade him. Oh, let's go with Catledge is doing well. Roberts is going to play a lot more. And I think that means Bowie's back in the rotation. Unfortunately, he's going to have to play like 20. Alright, we need more center minutes. Do that. So now we're good on center. McMillan is going way down. Oh boy. Can we beat the Pistons? No. Well, that's unfortunate. Somehow we beat the Rockets. This was before Shaq was back. We were 2 for 10 from downtown. Grant had 15 rebounds. Thorpe had 20 rebounds. Tim Hardaway, I forgot, is on the Rockets. Olajuwon's down here with 4 points. Didn't make a field goal. I wonder if his under basket is bad too. The Knicks beat us. Ewing was amazing. Harvey Grant's doing well, of course. Terry Catledge with a big double-double off the bench. McKee was awful. Grant was awful. Starks only had 10 points. Whooped on by the Suns. Shaq's return was not very good from the field. McKee fouled out. Starks fouled out in 14 minutes. Nate fouled out. Missed all 7 of his shots. And then the Pistons. Oh, Joe Dumars. 10 rebounds for Isaiah Thomas. Shaq only 16 points. Scott fouled out. Alright, well, losing to the Pistons was not a good sign. So I'm thinking about switching this up. He's actually shot a little better as a starter. If we put McMillan in, it really helps our defense. And maybe a better distributor so John Starks can be a scorer. We still got 3D, our main guy off the bench. Let's give him actually another minute. Bull is not ice cold anymore, that's good. Here we go. We did win. Penny, didn't that, I just looked at it and it said, like, I don't know why this is fast forwarded. I do have a good staff, but it said 2 to 4 weeks, I think. Okay, well, I'm not going to complain that Penny Hardaway's back, I guess. He comes right into the starting lineup. Bowie is not playing. He's up to 50% though. Give Shaq more of his minutes. We got center taken care of. Phils is going back down. Penny. I'd like to do 28, maybe. Roberts doesn't need to play as much, plus he's getting worse. Let's do that, give McKee his back. I like Starks playing a lot. Give McMillan those. He's struggling, so he doesn't need to play quite as much as maybe he was before. Try that, I guess. And lose more games. Now we're under 500. Some random wins to kick off the season, and now Shaq's 4 for 12. His under basket is now 47. I'm pretty sure it was 99 when I drafted him, so my self-imposed rule of not touching tendencies kind of frustrating, but I'm also trying to make it even because everybody else around the league has to deal with it too. We did beat the Clippers, who were pretty good. There's Shaq with a good game. Dennis Scott, not so much. Barely lost to the Knicks. The fourth quarter, we made a big comeback, but our first half hole was too big to get out of. And the Celtics. Harmon Gilliam now on the team. Shaq, 13 points. Also played 39 minutes. Do that. Do that. Penny more of his back. He is 80 overall. It only says he should play 22. I don't know why that is. Does he not have stamina? He's 98 at it, so I don't know. I do not know. So Grant says 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see if he's back like next week. Did that say I beat the Blazers? Holy moly. Okay, we have lots of scouting trips, so we might as well just go down the list here. Beat the Blazers, the Nets, and the Warriors, and now John Starks is out for season. What is happening to this team? Oh, well, that really hurts my defense. Bobby Phills is back, unless I start McMillan and Penny, but then I don't have backup point guard. McMillan's playing a lot more. I guess it could be worse. Not good. Three wins is good, I guess. Now I mean, Marley would really help still. He'd be my starting shooting guard instead. I'd still need to find a replacement for Horace Grant. McKee can't rebound, therefore he's not a good power forward. I can't believe I beat the Blazers. Shaq had a 2020 game. Dennis Scott missed one shot and it was 1-3. Penny was 2 for 11. Sabonis was one of those guys that got to play early. He shouldn't play until 95, but whatever. Beat the Nets. George Mirasan had 17 points. What is he doing? Shaq had fun, though. So the Warriors, I have their pick this year. Unfortunately, it's, I think, top 10 protected or lottery protected, so I'm not going to get it. Shaq's on a good little run. This one, Starks got hurt. He was doing pretty well. His threes have dropped off. He's shooting worse each year, but he was also playing point guard for some of it, so we're asking a bit off game for him. We had Scott foul out. Okay, well, we are fourth somehow. The middle of the East is super packed. We could lose a couple games and be in like 12th. Or we could win a couple games and be in second, so that's kind of crazy. I guess let's see how this lineup does. Grant's now 1 to 2 weeks. So it went from 4 to 6 to 1 to 2 in a week, so he might actually come back this week. We're winning all 4 games, and Horace Grant is back. He's still very, very mad. Hey, shooting 40%, that's a plus. Alright, well, he's starting. Although Catledge, I think, has been doing really well. He really has. Like he's playing better than Horace Grant. Hurts me to say. Bulls down 1. He's salty with the way things are going. What? Well, you're shooting 32% there, dude. Alright, well, Grant needs more than that for sure. I need to decide. Bowie, I guess, doesn't have to play because McMillan is playing a lot of shooting guard as it is, or Hardaway, whichever way you want to look at it. And then Scott's can play a lot of shooting guard, so do that. Do that. Grant's only at 25. Take Roberts down a little more. And actually, Bull, if you're not going to do much, Grant can play some center, so we'll do that. We'll go 10-man. Bowie has totally turned his stats around. Beat the Wolves by 4. They're not very good. Larry Bird is still not retiring, according to this. Having some great years in Minnesota. Terry Catlett scored 20 points in that game. So, considering trading Horace Grant for Dan Marley, and maybe even starting Terry Catlett for a little while to see how that works. The only thing that the stats don't necessarily show is Horace Grant's defensive abilities are probably helping me win some of these games. Not lately because he's been hurt, but in general. All 3 of these guys scoring 20 is nice to see. The Bucks were okay. The Hornets are not, and we beat them by 33. Oh, Derek McKee and Scott almost made it 4 guys with 20. Of all the guys on my team, McKee's the only one that made a 3. I guess there's not that many that would make it. You'd think Penny would shoot at least 1, and Scott would shoot more than 1 for sure if he's shooting 9 times. And then beating the Pacers, who we are now better than. They started out 5-0. Penny Hardaway's having a nice little stretch here. He is super happy about it too. Oh my, he's shooting amazing. We've fouled a lot, like a lot. We got Shaq and McKee fouling out. Penny and Scott and Phils were all close to it. Their three shooters all got their points. Alright, well, we've got quite a while. We got a month plus to decide on if we trade. I mean, if we're going to win, maybe that'll help Horace get happier and not go down so much. We did just beat the Bucks again. And the Pistons. We lost to the Nets, but look at that stretch of 10 wins. We went on a 10-game winning streak. How's Weber doing as a rookie? Not bad. Oh, Shaq, 30, 11, 5, and 7. Making 10 of his 14 free throws. Penny with a double-double. Terry Catledge is good stuff. Horace had a decent game. Actually, really good for what he usually does. The Pistons we beat by 44. Shaq is really, really good. Please don't get hurt again. Fred Roberts this time was the guy off the bench. Horace again shot decent. Only had 5 rebounds. My team didn't have that many. Manute somehow got 8 in 13 minutes. Bobby Phil's not very good. Hoping also as we get closer to the deadline, maybe guys will be more willing to part with some good people. December 26th, I think it said, was the time when free agents, or maybe it was 29th. It was 29th. Free agents can be traded. Ewing was not good. Shaq is doing great stuff here in this stretch. Grant with another good game. Can you be happy? No, he's actually getting more upset somehow. And then the Nets beat us by 19. It wasn't Shaq's fault. It was maybe Bobby Phil's going 1 for 11. Why did you play 23 minutes? Why did you play 23 minutes? Scott didn't play all of his. What am I missing here? I don't have him that high, right? Oh no, he's starting right now. Duh. He's probably shouldn't be based on those stats. Let me go see what that. December 26th. Okay, it is 26th. So I'm gonna wait to see. Scott and McMillan will re-sign. Bull would earlier in the season, and now he won't. I'm again not too worried about his shooting percentage because he's shooting 3 times per 36, which means like once a game based on his minutes. So as long as he's getting some rebounds and blocks in that time, I'm fine with it. McKee's going to be a free agent, which makes me think I should maybe trade him and Grant. McKee's a good fit for this team. Starks is now not out for season. It's 4 to 6 months, so we might get him back. I'm sure we will, actually. Alright, well, let's get to the 26th so we can see some trade offers. I don't know if we're going to beat the Blazers again, but let's find out. Oh, I was going to give... Actually, Horace needs probably more of his minutes back. Catledge is still amazing. Roberts can go down 1. McMillan is getting a little better. Let's do something like that. Beat the Celtics, the Warriors, the Rockets, and barely lost to the Blazers. We are in second. A game and a half behind the Bulls, I think. The Celtics are a good team, beat them by 23. Shaq and Penny, nice. Grant was 2 for 7, but managed a double-double. Beat the Warriors by 20. They're really bad after losing Tim Hardaway. They still have Mullen, who they should probably give up. I'll take him. 91 overall. There's Horace Grant, 18 and 15. Dennis Scott, not so good. You should probably give the ball to the other guys that were doing well. I mean, 18 is good until you see his 5 for 17. Beating the Rockets again. Hakeem still shooting well. We got Scott fouling out in that one. Horace with another 2 for 7 game. And then barely losing to the Blazers into the fourth quarter. We didn't have a good first. Our second was amazing. Almost enough to hold us through the game, but not quite. All right. I think it's time to do some trade offers here. Let me go see who is selling or rebuilding or whatever it's called. I'm contending. The Mavs, I don't really see. We're looking for a power forward. A really shooting guard through power forward would be a thought. The Nets have been offering Coleman, but now they're buying, so probably not. Although Horace Grant would technically be an upgrade overall wise. The Nuggets, probably not getting rid of Leitner. Buying. Does this say they're starting a fake guy at small forward? He's 61 overall. What are they doing? Buying, rebuilding Spurs. We've already done some deals with them. Sean Elliott would be a nice piece, or Larry Nance, actually. Nance has good defense and can score. Spurs Nance would be interesting. There aren't people really on the trade block. They're contending, so I'm actually surprised they've been offering Marley. They want Horace Grant, so maybe they can have him. Contending. They're rebuilding. Larry Bird. Can I get Larry Bird? They would like to acquire Magic Johnson. Isn't that fun? Magic and Bird. Mullen is not likely to be traded. See, that doesn't make sense. That's exactly who they would trade on a 4-24 team. Bucks. Dale Ellis was in a couple of the trade offers. Rodman's untouchable. Celtics, probably not anybody I'd really be looking for. Fox would be okay, but not a huge upgrade on my team. Danny Manning was in some of the trade offers, but they might also be different. Kevin Willis would be wonderful, but they're buying, so he probably wouldn't be attainable. But I need to do the trade finder now that some guys are eligible to be traded. Mitch Richmond. Don't really necessarily need more scoring, although losing John Starks did take away a score, but we've been playing really well. The Lakers are targeting Shaquille O'Neal. Get away. AC Green would be really cool. So first I'm going to try Horace Grant and see what pops up. Mason is on a minimum contract. LaFonso in a second. There's Danny Manning, who's shooting much, much better than Horace Grant, like 10% better. Definitely scores more, but doesn't rebound or play as good a defense, so that's probably a no-go. Don't need a good center. I could trade him for his brother, that'd be funny. There's AC, who does rebound, does shoot well, and scores just as much as Grant currently. And it would give me, well, I don't really need an 80 overall point guard. There's Coleman, who scores a lot and rebounds, but not very good defender. 77, but Grant's like 90. Shrimp, what's his defense? Oh no, interior defense for him. PJ and a first. Thorpe is interesting. 78 defense, good rebounder. Not Horace Grant level, but decent. There's Larry Nance. I don't want to trade Horace Grant for him, but he's 83 at both interior and perimeter. Can't rebound, although this tells me differently because he's getting 9 per 36. Maybe their team doesn't have rebounders. Marley and a first. So that is by far the best because he doesn't have to shoot a whole lot, but he shoots threes and he's really good at them. And there's that. 89. So I would just then have to trade McKee for a power forward. Or, yeah, Phil's probably isn't getting me at starting caliber power forward. Although he's getting me better things than I expected. Like first round picks. Roberts doesn't need to be on the team. Wait, can I do Roberts and Phil's? That didn't do much. Alright, so let's see what McKee gets me. As an idea, we can get Grant for Marley. So then we would need a power forward. Robert Horry could not play defense last time I looked at him. 70, it's a little better. Hogman, but that's not the position we need. We need a power forward. George Mearsand playing power forward at 7'7". So that's another interesting option is McKee and Phil's get me Marley. And then maybe Dennis Scott starts. Or even like Anthony Bowie could start and play not very many minutes. And then Grant is the one who gets me a power forward because there were several that showed up. Hill and Gatling aren't bad deals either. One could start and one becomes my main backup big guy, although I don't want to trade Cal. I'd rather trade Roberts. Charles Oakley. But he's still, oh, he's up to 42%. Oh my gosh, I don't even have to trade Phil's to get Marley. I trade Ralph Sampson and Roberts. So that leaves me Phil's as my starting shooting guard, Marley at small forward, and then I'm trading Grant for a power forward. Clifford Robinson is interesting too. He's not as good at defense or rebounding, so not as much a power forward. Gatling, I think, is really good at rebounding. 90 at offense. Not so good at the defense. But Hill is good at the defense and the rebounding. All right, what about Grant Roberts? Does that do anything different? Reggie Lewis, I don't think, was on the screen before. Danny Manning, I need someone who can rebound and doesn't have to score a lot. With Penny, Shaq, and if we get Marley and 3D, like, that's enough shooters. We need somebody who doesn't need to shoot a lot, like a Tyrone Hill or an AC Green. I could go click AC Green and see what that looks like. He's not super happy, but happier than Horace Grant. Because he's amazing at perimeter D. He's not great at defensive rebounding. It's hard to pass up Derek Coleman, too. 85 overall. Christian Leitner is on here. Thorpe in a first. AC Green, although his overall is not as good as Thorpe, his defense and rebounding is better. Also getting a first-round pick. I feel like Horace gets me better offers. So I think trading McKee Phils I'm not too happy with either. So McKee and Phils. Because he's not as good at defense, is he? Well, 83. Yeah, it was his lateral quickness I was surprised by. 69 for some reason. But these are both guys that probably won't re-sign with my team. So if they get me Dan Marley, which they do, that's the way to do it. What I don't know is if that eats up my entire trade exception, which it might. I mean, I guess doing this just now, I could see if it works with Horace Grant until the trade deadline and just hope he doesn't get hurt again. I feel like Roberts is more the guy that I should trade, but Phils makes more money. What about all three? Does that do anything special? Marley and Grant. Alright, so the other thing I can do is go click the guys I'm interested in. McKee and McMillan, or Grant and Bowie. Then there was, I guess I can just go click Marley and see what all offers they give. Grant straight up, Grant and Roberts, McKee, Roberts, and Sampson. I think there was a McKee and Phils as well. And then I'm just curious if any of these guys, other options were Tyrone Hill. McKee could get me Tyrone Hill. Don't want Manning. Kevin Willis would be pretty cool. He probably scores a little too much, though. Oh, the Knicks power forwards are really bad. I'm guessing they're starting Harvey Grant because they've got 380 overall small forwards. So AC Green, Coleman doesn't play great defense, but he's 85 overall. Leitner, I don't really know. 79's not bad, and he's a good rebounder. Scott and Grant, Grant in a first, McKee and Grant It gives me Divock too, which I don't need. Thorpe was another one. So Grant and Roberts. So I think I go ahead and get Dan Marley. So the best thing that popped up, I believe, was McKee and Phils. What is my trade exception? How do I find that? So not Sampson, not him. Magic are a team of 694. So I don't have a trade exception? What? Interesting. 4 more than allowed. So that's where Phil's, or it has to be 2 guys. So either Roberts and Sampson, well, that guy, or Larry Robinson. Whoops, not Nate McMillan. But I'd have to take a player back. Okay, go back. I was pretty sure when I put McKee, if I put McKee and Roberts, what does the Suns offer? Oh, they give me this guy, who's on a minimum deal, which is fine. Roberts has been very streaky. He's not a good defender or rebounder. I need a new third center. And Roberts could be out of the rotation, I think, pretty easily. Okay, so that's McKee and Roberts. If I just put McKee, it's McKee and Phils for Marley. If I put McKee and this guy, adds Roberts, and I get Kaminsky, which is a little, well, it's actually worse overall wise. Okay. And what about, and if I put Phils, I assume it's Marley again. They add Roberts. Well, McKee and Phils for Marley isn't bad. I'm curious if I click Marley and somebody I wouldn't mind taking back, like a third point guard. Try something like this. Get rid of McMillan. Add 703. Add Phils. Is this a trade? Can I give them this guy instead? They added a first and Fred Roberts, so I guess no is the answer. Whoops. They did the same thing. Well, I could give you Roberts, but I feel like he can give me something else on his own. They gave me another first. This New York pick is decent, because I don't think they were doing very well. But 94 is the last year we're doing anything. But if I can get away with not trading it, I guess that's probably a better idea. I was trying to be able to get Knight. They add Roberts in a second. Can I possibly get another second? They keep adding stuff. I don't want to get rid of Roberts in this trade, if I can get away with it. That was the Roberts second. I don't have any. I do have my second. I wonder if that's a trade. They had Catledge for a first. No. And make sure trading McKee is a good idea. So he's said he's testing free agency. He's actually doing better this year, playing a little less, shooting a little better, fouling more. He's a decent offensive player, really good perimeter defense, but not as good as Marley, but can defend inside too. So I think just locking up somebody like Dan Marley, they're trading him because he's got a pretty high contract. But they're also one of the best teams in the league, so I don't know why they would do this. Okay. What happened when I just did this? Oh, I can't just do this. If I do Phil's, that was the original offer. They want Roberts for ninth. Dang it. I'd rather trade a second in night, or for night. What if I do... It's just funny how you have to, like, finesse it sometimes. I don't know why necessarily I want night, I just want a better third point guard. Grant and Roberts, McKee, Phils, and Roberts. Penny Hardaway, get out of here. Alright, well I think... Can I do... Alright, so the only way it does the McKee Phils straight up is if I do McKee and Phils, I think. So we are going to do that. I'm going to... Oh no, it didn't do it. How did I get that to show up? Is it just McKee? Yes. So what if I do that? Grant. What if I take Phils off? Oh, well, I don't want to do that. Alright, well, I was trying to find a way to where maybe Bobby Phils could still be a backup wing player, but I won't miss his 37% shooting because he doesn't really have much offensive game. Alright, well, we're going to make our team better at the top. We're going to get Dan Marley. But of course, he just took John Starks' number. Did Marley wear any other numbers? No, he was only number 9. Well, we're going to turn your number upside down and make you numbers. Uh-oh. Who's number 6? 6 is retired? Cool. Well, 19 it is. And you're going back to 9. And I like 3D off the bench. I think trading Roberts now for a shooting guard, potentially. Bowie, I wouldn't mind starting maybe 20 minutes or so. I'm curious now if there are different offers for Horace Grant. They appear to be the same. Oh, Kevin Willis is there. I don't really want to trade Dennis Scott, although Stacey Augmon has been on my mind as well. I don't remember that popping up before. There's Thorpe again. Alright, let's see. Can Fred Roberts get me a decent shooting guard? So far it is looking like a no. Stith is a decent shooting guard. Not great at defense. Still on his rookie deal. So the Jazz, Bryant Stith is an option. First round picks are nice. Knight in a first round pick. It's not really what I need right now. I guess McMillan can kind of play shooting guard, so let's... Okay, let's try Roberts and... Actually, let's try Roberts and Larry Robinson here. Does that change anything? First round picks again. If I can get a shooting guard and a first round pick, that'd be great. Doc Rivers is on there again. The Jazz now are not giving me Bryant Stith. Vincent Askew is shooting 30%, so probably not. PJ Brown and a fake guy. Not just a fake guy, but a 59 overall fake guy. Alright, what about Roberts and the second? Hobson. Can't shoot threes. Can't really defend. Hubert Davis and Donald Royal would give me some depth. He doesn't play defense, I don't believe. 65. Not that everybody has to. Roberts and a second for Stith. Was that what was up there before? I thought it was just straight up. Well, I'm guessing these firsts are not very good. But could I flip one around for a better shooting guard? That's always a possibility. If I can get an upgraded third point guard, that way if Penny or McMillan get hurt, I'm in better shape. You can tell I'm thinking a lot more about this stuff now that I'm down to my last 2 seasons in the challenge. I think I'd rather have Stith. And it didn't take that, right? No. So Stith in his second year, so he might still go up a couple before his contract's up. He can be my backup shooting guard. He doesn't have to shoot a lot. Is there any chance you give me something? They want my 98 first. I don't think that's better. Because the Jazz are really good. What about a second? My 98 second. Mine's probably more valuable right now, so gotta go do that again. Did he get to stay his number? Looks like it. Good on point guards. Starks comes back. That's much better. Small forward's been majorly upgraded, and we will wait to possibly trade Horace Grant at the deadline, depending on how things go until then. We have a full team? No, we still have a spot open, but we will wait till there's either an injury or a need. I'm curious if that Robinson... Wait, first of all, will anybody sign with me now that I'm decent? They will! Or maybe it's because it's so late in the season. Okay, well, that might have changed my idea of signing somebody. Why is he going down? He's upset that he's not on a team. He can play defense and can play shooting guard. But right now it's more about getting somebody, really just upgrading the team in general. So, Eldon Campbell would be an upgrade, although we know he gets upset. Manute Bol is struggling, but don't really care. Catledge has been amazing. Blunt is fine as a third. So we need another wing, and I wouldn't mind getting a better third point guard and trading Robinson. So if Ken Norman can play defense, which he can't, Warridge probably shoots a lot. He's 71. And 45 at perimeter D. My gosh. Okay, so defense, there's no such thing. This Stephen Thompson is 68 overall. Jeff Grayer plays some defense, can shoot a little bit. Shoots maybe more than I want him to. Alright, well, let's get a point guard first. Don't mind if I do. Right? I mean, his potential is not very high. Del Negro. I don't know, is this going to hurt my chemistry if I sign good people? .76 at threes. Good passing. Decent defense. And very fast. So I think as a backup plan, we get him. And then we... Is it because I'm 20 and 10? Is that why? Or is it because we're so far in the season? I'm really curious. Alright, what can he get us? Can he get us our third wing? Which Donald Royal is way better than him. So maybe... Need to change Abdul Rauf's number. Oh, wow. What about him and my second? That's what already popped up. Okay, so trading him for Donald Royal makes sense, I think. Decent defense. He was on my team last year and struggled, but he's more the position I need. Now we have a full team in the right positions. Abdul Rauf was number 1 at some point. We already have Penny Hardaway. He's been 3. What else has he been? Is that it? Three and 1. All right. Well, 13. Sounds good. Royal should be 5. Okay, well, that makes me feel better about my depth. I have not ruined my cap for next year, if there's going to be a power forward assign. So I think we go ahead and get the rotation set and we simulate a little bit. I'm just going to do this real quick because did I just have a game or am I about to have a game? We just had a game. We got 3 days off, so I think we can go ahead and get the right guys in. Marley's starting. Scott's sixth man. Let's just take these minutes away. And then we'll kind of rebuild things. McMillan's going to be third. Catledge is the next guy. Bull's in it. And Stith is going to play. Abdul Rauf is up there. Royal's probably up there instead of Blunt. He was playing 33. It sounds good. Alright, Shaq. So let's take care of big guys first. So he would be at 12 for Shaq, and Catledge would be at 14 for Grant. Let's do 3 more for Catledge because he's amazing, and Bull's not so much. So big guys are taken care of. Marley was playing 31. I'm actually going to see how much he played in real life just because I'm curious. 93, 94. It was 40. He played 40 minutes. Okay, well, we're going to start it at 30. Or let's give him what he was playing, I guess. So Scott's playing at least 17. It's definitely going to be more than that. McMillan's playing at least 15. It's going to be more than that. And then Bowie is going to play like, let's say 20 for now. Scott I had playing in the high 20s. And then maybe 10 for Stith sounds pretty good. Let's take him down to 18 actually. Because Stith is actually better than him. And might play depending on how Bowie does. Oh my gosh, that says 59. His tendency's 56. That says 59. So we're going to try it. We're going to take another minute away. We're going to try it and see how it goes. Abdul Rauf, I think, will get quite mad pretty quickly. I'm curious what this looks like now. Marley really likes balance. Bowie does not. Penny hates defense. Triangle is one of the better ones. Grit and grind is one of the better ones. We're going to stick with balance because that's what we've been doing. And let's get past the new year, I guess. We still got... I'm going to go ahead and put some of the guys I was considering, like AC Green and Otis Thorpe, and even Tyrone Hill. I think those are the main guys in consideration. Don't know that we have anybody else untouchable on this team. All right. We got 3 away games. We get to play the Suns right after trading with them. Now the Clippers are trying to get Dan Marley from me with Danny Manning, so no thanks. Thanks for bearing with me. We lose, and now Penny Hardaway's hurt. So Abdul Rauf gets to play. If there's a bright side to that. He's probably going to play quite a bit, too. Seems like maybe Stith should get a few. Let's go with that. We're just going to lose all the games. Penny is back already. Roof did not do well. Bowie as a starter has been decent. If we beat the Clippers, he can keep his job. If we do not, he is out. That is the plan. Give Penny 30 for now. Stith went 0 for 6 in one of the games. We're going to lose all the games. What is happening? Lost by 20 to the Lakers. Allen Houston as a rookie gets 23. Shaq was just fine. Dennis Scott, not so much. Marley's first game was not a good one, 3 for 12. Bowie had 4 turnovers. Stith that was his 0 for 6 game. Horace was awful and fouled out. Not a good game. Lost by 9 to the Suns. David Robinson gets 26. We got Bobby Phills up there getting 13 against me. Derek McKee didn't really do much. Shaq stuffed that stat sheet, missed way too many shots and fouled out. Marley was much better. Stith was much better. Horace, not so good. 10 of his 12 rebounds were offensive. McMillan was fine as a starter. Bowie's getting too many turnovers to be starting, probably. Danny Manning gets 22. Penny and Shaq, 21. Marley with 7 assists, shot really, really bad. That's not good. Bowie actually went 3 for 3 with no turnovers in that one, so. But the fact that we lost all the games, we will be switching that. Let's put Bryant Stith in and see if he can do any better. A little better defender. McMillan another minute. Starks is down to 4 to 6 months. Can we win some games, please? We beat the Cavs, the Mavs, and the Cavs again. So yes, please, and thank you. Penny with 24. Oh, I forgot to give him his minutes back. Oops. Probably need to do that. Marley's going to slowly earn some more. Horace is just going to keep getting angrier and worse. He's now under 40% again. Mavs are really bad, and we barely beat them. Shaq played 42 minutes. Ooh, 29 and 13, 3 blocks. Marley fouled out. Alright, let's go give Penny his minutes back. 3D's not doing amazing. Back up to 33 for him. He is getting more upset. I could technically put him in the rotation over Bowie, but Bowie is, overall, other than his turnovers, doing pretty well. Let's see if we can keep winning. We got 3 weeks or 2.5 till the trade deadline, and we are in second by 3 games. I wasn't sure Dwayne Morton was real, but I guess he is. Beat the Hawks, Billy Owens, and a first for Horace Grant. That's not bad. It's the Sixers pick. That's pretty bad. Beat the Bullets barely. A first for Abdul Rauf. Somehow he's already tradable. That's going to be an option. We lost to the Pistons. I think I am going to add Horace Grant to the trade block because reasons. Kevin Willis came off the target list. That must mean he got hurt. Beat the Hawks. Shaq's amazing. I don't know why he plays 40 minutes every once in a while, but Marley only played 30. Beat the Bullets by 2 thanks to the fourth quarter. Marley's best game so far as a member of the Magic, I would say. Why we're losing to the Pistons, I'm not sure. How's Nick Anderson doing in Detroit? A little worse than what he did with us. Bryant Stith got 12 points. 1 for 9. Horace Grant needs to be traded and traded bad. Let's go see. I'm just afraid he's going to get hurt right before the deadline, and then I'll be stuck with him. So we for sure need a power forward. It could be LaFonso Ellis, but I don't know that he has the things we need him to have. 81. Okay, he is better at those things than I expected. I'm also getting a first-round pick, but it's the Bulls, and I'm putting Horace Grant back on the Bulls. Manning again. Willis and Scott, man. Oh. Coleman again. Straight up for Leitner. Does save me money and get me a guy under contract. I don't know that that's the priority right now. Isaiah Thomas is on the screen. Terry Cummings. Does Abdul Rauf have some value? He does have 2 stars. Ellis and Hobson. So the other thing I can do is attach one of my first-round picks. There's Thorpe again. I'd rather trade one of my firsts because these are not going to be usable this year. It's now 3 stars, so it could get me somebody really good like a Brad Daugherty, although he's not the position I need. There's Kevin Willis again. Scott's in there for money reasons. Steve Smith could be my new starting shooting guard, but probably shooting too much and not. That says 80 at defense. Again, surprised there. But then my power forward's Terry Catledge. So Green and Houston. Houston would become my starting shooting guard. This is by far the best deal so far because of this wonderfulness. Defensive rebound is lacking, and Allan Houston is a heck of a scorer. Not so sure about the defense. 68. Coleman surprised me, right, with his 77 defense. He shoots probably a little too much for me. Thorpe in a first. Otis Thorpe, if he stays happy. What is the next pick? It's also 2 stars. What is my pick? Also 2 stars. What if I do both? Nance's rebounding is why I was kind of afraid of him. Because he doesn't do it. I think Otis Thorpe or AC Green is my answer. I just need to decide between them. If I click Thorpe, they want Dan Marley. That's closer to something I would do. I'm guessing you're not trading Bruce Bowen for... Actually, it wasn't too far away from what I would do. What about Peeler? Kind of the same offers. And then when I came over here, it was Allan Houston that was interesting because of his A- potential. If I just click green, it's Grant McMillan for 3. If I put Houston, holy moly, Dan Marley and Penny Hardaway are up there. So I feel like that was a stretch for them to even consider. Horace Grant, Allan Houston. It is... I need to give them a player just to see what... So it was the first round pick that popped up for that, right? I think. I don't remember what else was with it. It was Grant. Let's try that. Green and a first. That's close. I wouldn't need Bowie. Worthy and Scott. The Lakers are just willing to get rid of their whole team, I guess. Houston and Threet. Worthy and Scott. Houston, Green, and it adds Royal with Stith in my first. I think it was just Grant a first and Royal? I mean, this isn't awful because I can sign somebody to replace Royal. I feel like overall wise, Grant is what Green is right now anyway because he's so upset. So I'm not dropping off there. Houston's the same overall as Stith, but gives me more for the future. He'll be better next year. So was it one of these that helped? Green and a first. Did I have both on there? Houston Green. So it's 2 firsts and Royal, or a first and Stith. And I think I'd rather trade Stith. Unless somehow putting both of them gives me another option. Green and Scott. Alright, so it was... I'd rather trade my pick. I don't think it'll be worth that much. I mean, unless I can trade... If I can trade both of mine. Houston and Worthy. Stith with my 2 firsts. Versus Stith Royal and a first. Well, I think a first is more valuable than Donald Royal, so... That's the trade, unless adding Royal somehow makes it different. I think that's what I was doing, was switching those around. Alright, I guess it's Bryant Stith that needs to go. Getting traded twice in a couple of weeks. But I think it's a smart deal. Need to sign another wing. Offload Horace Grant's upset self. See what numbers we made people here. Houston's 20, that's good. Green's 45, that's good. Alright. Oops. Point guard is looking beautiful. Shooting guard, we've got Allen Houston now. It was his defense I was concerned about, but that's alright. Green's not going to shoot as much as Grant, probably. Alright, and we still have a week and a half to the deadline, so we won't sign somebody yet. Where are we? Oops. We still have... Oh, this game's... So we're about to play a game. So I'm not going to play the people I just got. We'll try to be somewhat realistic there. So maybe I will sign somebody. Well, I guess I can still set the lineup. It wouldn't be realistic for them to play the very next day. So Kallage played quite a bit when I had him starting. We had... Let's get Bowie back in there, playing his 18 minutes. We don't need another center. We need a power forward. Corey Blunt gets to play some. We need him to play actually quite a bit. Like 18 minutes worth. So he's playing all the minutes outside of Catledge. Shaq and Bull are split. Oh boy. Abdul Rauf gets to play some. And now we signed somebody. Probably a small forward to replace Royal, right? Yes. Preferably somebody that can play power forward too, because that seems to be where we're lacking. Billy Thompson. Not really people that play small forward here. Houston can. Outlaw can. And he's a potential... Oh, he won't sign for the minimum. Am I ruined? Can I not do that now? Oh no! Well, some people will. So Keith Askins can play a little defense. Can't shoot at all. Well, his threes aren't bad, but his field goal percentage is really bad. Askins is an option. I wonder if it's because I lost some games or why everybody won't sign with me now. Jeff Grayer will. And he was the one that had some defense, right? 75. And he can shoot a little bit. So I think we go with him, and he's kind of our extra guy. Somehow he took Allen Houston's number. That's not cool. What other numbers have Jeff Grayer been? Anybody have any idea? 14 is taken. And 44. That shouldn't be taken. Because it was Roberts and he's gone. He gets 2 better at small forward. Does he become, like, playable? I mean, he is playable. We'll keep him a shooting guard, because I think if I make him a small forward, he might be mad that he's not playing. Alright, so he's at least active over those guys that won't play this first game. And I think here we go. Geiger for Catledge, no thanks. We beat the Jazz. That is huge. Shaq with 29 and 20. Penny with 27, made both his threes. Abdul Rauf came in and missed a couple of them. Catledge almost had a double-double in his start. Corey Blunt tried to foul out in 18 minutes. What a game. 2 for 13 is not good. We held Malone to 14. Alright. Now let's get these guys playing. Ralph probably goes to the bench. AC Green jumps right into the starting lineup. Houston maybe doesn't start yet. Corey Blunt is not in the rotation. Catledge is. Houston takes Abdul Rauf's spot. Actually, Sampson's probably active over Blunt. Alright, Green's first game. Probably not playing quite that much. We'll let Catledge play quite a bit. And then Houston's playing probably more than that. He was playing 22 and not starting. Let's do 13 for this first game, and then we'll see how things go. Minor in a second for McMillan. No thanks, we beat the Bullets. Go Shaq, go Penny, go Marley. AC Green's first game is good stuff, 12-7. He is happy. That is so good to see from a power forward on the Magic. Houston was not good in his first game. We might start getting some mad people down at the end of the bench like Abdul Rauf and Grayer. Sampson seems fine. I think we'll go ahead and give Green a couple more minutes. The expense of Catledge. Scott's only shooting 40%, so let's give another one to Houston. As long as Bowie is not ruining things, he can keep starting. Lost to the Heat by 17. They are one of the better teams in the East. I don't even see Glenn Rice, so probably shouldn't lose to them. Shaq had 13 points. Only shot one free throw. Managed to get 22 boards, though. AC Green was wonderful. 3D's kind of struggling, it seems. Bowie was not very good. Low house for Grayer. I'm going to go ahead and play Green another minute. Get to scout some more people. Beat the Lakers by 1. AC Green showing his former team what's up. Harry Catledge. It's good stuff. He was also on the Lakers last year. Dennis Scott is having a really bad stretch. I'm not sure why. I guess he was 7-12 before. But some of these games are really, really bad. Marley only shot 4 times. Stith scored 15 points for the Lakers. And Horace Grant's down here going 2 for 5. Very, very upset. Alright, well, I don't know that we would really trade anything else. We're possibly losing all of these guys. I guess trading... Oh man, will McMillan still re-sign? He will, for 2 years, for more money. I don't know that he's earned that. He's just so good at defense. So losing guys that are not really playing, Catledge's percentage has gone down a bit. Abdul Rauf might be able to get me something, but he's a good insurance plan if McMillan or Penny get hurt, because otherwise I have no point guard. Grayer's kind of insurance too. I think I just stick with this team and hope for the best. Starks is down to 2 to 4 months. That'll make things very interesting. Then Bowie's out of the rotation. McMillan and Houston are playing quite a bit less, and maybe Scott. That will be interesting to see. We stick with this, I think. Let's go ahead and take these guys off because we don't need them anymore. I don't know that we have more untouchables to add. Let's see if we can win some games here leading up to the break. We're playing some good teams other than the Hornets. We're now still a couple games back from the Bulls, who we play right here. And we lost big time, and then we lost to the Hornets. Shaq with 11 points on 10 shots. Only had 28 rebounds as a team. Now we had 46. AC Green with a double-double. I think that's his first. I don't know what is happening with Dennis Scott. And why we're losing to the barely 500 Hornets. Three stars. Everybody but Penny. Bowie has no defense. If we get Starks back, defense might be the way to go. I guess when we get Starks back, because it seems to be happening soon. Shaq and Green both like grit and grind more. Penny does not. Post-centric is not a bad option either. Alright, let's get through these two games, then we'll check out some stats. Beat the Sixers, but lost to the Sonics. Sixers are not as good as they have been. Barkley's not here, so he must be hurt, so that's not much of a test. Shaq was 6 for 16. Green got 11 boards. That is his worst shooting game so far. Scott fouled out. Losing to the Sonics, who are better than us. Green with another double-double. Hardaway and Scott struggled. Catledge 13. Alright, we are a half game ahead of the Pacers. Did anybody else do anything? Larry Brown got fired again. Oh no, that was last year. We're in 93-94, so nobody got fired. We had several signings. Some of these guys got picked up for their minimum, including Pooh Richardson after I already looked at him. There were, oh my. Alright, so Brian Shaw and Stoico got traded for a first. Jazz getting some depth. Danny Ferry got traded for Bukowski. Billy Owens got traded for a first. And I think it was the Sonics offering me Billy Owens, so that's interesting. Pharrell for White, Macon for Williams, a bunch of backups getting swapped here. Aguirre for Spencer. There's my trade. McKee and Phils for Marley. Another one, Roberts for Stith. Another one. So Stith was on the team for 21 days, 3 weeks. Corbin for Kerr. So no blockbusters. Glenn Rice tore his ACL, so that's why he's not playing. Steve Smith also ruptured his Achilles. And Greg Anderson is out 4 to 6 weeks with spinal injury. So the Heat have had some issues here with injuries. Shaq is 4th in the MVP running. I've not really looked at his stats. Of all the people I've been looking at, it has not been Shaq. He looks wonderful. Rookie of the Year. Penny is 2nd. Oh my gosh, he's shooting amazing. Even from downtown, he doesn't shoot that many, but also up. He was 77 or 8 when I drafted him. Maybe 79, I don't know. So he's up at least 2. 6-man, not so much. Sprewell for the Kings. Defensive player Shaq is 3rd. Most improved, we got Brian Williams, who we traded last season. Looks like he's starting for the Sixers. Shaq's gotten this 3 times. He's Player of the Month once. And Penny got Rookie of the Month from Weber one of the months. Let's see if we got some All-Stars. Shaq is indeed an All-Star for the 2nd year. Everybody else looks pretty good. For the West, starters are not a surprise. Larry Bird's over there in the West. It's weird to see. I forgot to try Chris Mullin to see if he would be tradable. Shaquille O'Neal's in the dunk contest. That's fun. Ryder, Minor, and Brown. It's fun that they put the right type of people in here other than maybe Shaq. But, hey, maybe 21-year-old Shaq, it's an option. Nobody in the three-point contest from the team. Penny and Houston are in the rookie game. He's still looking pretty happy. Is he shooting threes? Yes, good. Shaq's in the sophomores, so Shaq will take on 2 of his teammates. I want to see the team stats to see if I need to change any of my strategy. We are scoring, wow, 17th. I'm shoot at will, so I thought that'd be higher. But we are the 2nd best defense. We'll see if letting go of Horace Grant affects that at all. But hopefully getting Dan Marley and AC Green offsets it. We lost Grant and McKee, who were our best defenders. But we got 2 good ones to replace them, and hopefully Starks will come back soon. 7th in differential. We shoot the 3rd fewest shots, and not a great percentage. We don't shoot a lot of threes, and not a great percentage. Even though we have Dennis Scott and Penny Hardaway and now Allen Houston. I thought we'd be 1st at free throws, but we're 3rd with a bad percentage. We're somewhere in the middle in offensive rebounds. Defensive rebounds are not good, so we're not a good rebounding team. Assists are pretty low. Steals are 1st. Blocks are top 5. We get a lot of turnovers. Second chance points. Our points in the paint, not even the top 10 with Shaq. We don't allow that many shots. And the 3rd best percentage. We do not allow a good 3-point percentage. So our defensive rebounding, what do I have that at? We are limit transition on offensive rebounding. We're good at that. We're not scoring that many points though, so I don't necessarily want to crash defensive glass because then it slows us down. I guess we stick with it. We're doing pretty well. Whoops. So there's what the team looks like overall. Obviously Marley and Houston and Green, most of those stats are not with my team, but so who's terrible at threes that's dragging our percentage down? Scott's really not that good. He's 81 at them. He's also under 40% shooting now. McMillan is really bad. He's only 70 at them, but it doesn't look like he shoots that many. Well, maybe 3D needs to take a little rest here. We'll give Dan Marley another minute, because as long as he has stamina. It says 99, so seems doable. Do I go with Allen Houston? Or do I stick with him, Houston and Scott, as my scorers off the bench? Gallage scores too, though, for 36. I feel like I have enough. He's shooting. Oh my god, he shot 21 times one of the games. I think AC should probably have another one. 2 to 4 months for Starks. Let's see who wins this game. The sophomores win. Penny Hardaway leads the team in scoring. Houston had 7 and made 1 shot. Shaq had 18 and 18 and 4 blocks and fouled out. See if he can win the dunk contest. Nope. Isaiah Ryder and Chuck Parsons, the 3-point champion. I clicked to play game, but I guess we can see the cool All-Star jerseys. They have the same jerseys as the last year. Oh. Sim that one. West wins. We got a double-double for Magic Johnson. Jordan gets 21. Shaq only had 5. Alright. Let's hope for some good stuff here to kick off the start of the second half of the season. We beat the Knicks. That's beautiful. I guess I can do this. Beat the Pacers and beat the Hornets. Okay, beat the Knicks by 20. Beautiful by Shaq. AC Green only 5 and 7. McMillan had 10 assists. That's big. We are now a half game ahead of the Pacers. Shaq had 33 and 22. I think that's season highs for both. No, he had 35 at some point. It is a season high in rebounds. Larry Nance had 8 blocks at some point. D. Brown had 45 points. That's the most in the league. That's interesting. Okay, 3D is doing a little better now. Marley was bad that game. Houston was 0 for 5. Alright, keep going. Beat the Sixers, lost to the Hawks, beat the Bulls. Alright, that's a good test. See if the Sixers had Barkley in this one. The answer is no, so again, not the test we wanted it to be. Khaled, you probably don't need to shoot 11 times in 16 minutes. Losing to the Hawks, though, they're not great. They do have Kevin Willis back. Marley with 23 only missed 2 shots, made all 3 of his threes. Scott. Shaq actually had a pretty good game, just didn't get the ball enough. Beating the Bulls. This was at home. Quite a ways behind them still, but Shaq is on a tear here recently. We lost to the Nuggets. Just go ahead and pick out the guys now. But I want to make sure we scout. Guess there aren't that many real people left, really. Beat the Spurs, Kings, and Sonics. Penny Hardaway's going to miss Hopefully only a game. He's down enough to take him out. I think here's where I put McMillan and Houston. And then Abdul Rauf and Bowie can be the backups. $20 and $28, and we'll give him $21. So Nuggets are over 500, so at least they're better than I thought they were. Del Curry's averaging a career high. Penny had 4 steals. Spurs are much better than they were last year. I'm not sure why. I gave them B.J. Armstrong and Ellie to help get Penny. But that didn't make them that much better roster-wise. Sean Elliott had 2 points. 26 and 26. AC Green was 2 for 11. He's under 50% now. And not very happy. Oh boy. Beat the Kings. They're really bad. Another 26 rebound game. So getting rid of Horace Grant has really helped Shaq's rebounds because AC is not as good at them. That was not the game Penny got hurt. He played that one. It was this one. Beat a good Sonics team. Penny had 18 before getting hurt. Scott is back over 40%. That's good. Marley is not very happy. I don't know why. He's getting paid, and he's on a winning team right now. Two for 9 Houston. So let's see how he does in a start. Let's go see if anybody wants to re-sign. Manute Bol is refusing. He's a little happier than he was. He's also almost shooting 40% now. McMillan is still under 40%, and his threes are just real bad. And he still will only do a 2-year deal, so we're going to say no to that. Dennis Scott wants 2 years on top of the 2 years he already has. We'll say no to that. We only have $3.5 million now after getting Marley and Green and Houston. I'm not sure. I mean, Scott could be on the trade block if he doesn't get his act together, I guess. But the core of this team is locked up beyond this year. It's McMillan. It's really just McMillan. The backup center is not hard to come by that can play 10 minutes. All right, let's get through this game. Penny's back. I'm going to leave it and still beat them by 46. Didn't want to rush him back. Oh boy, 46 and 26. Hey, he beat D. Brown by a point. He's now the season leader in points. Houston got 23 points in 25 minutes. That's another reason it's good to not play Penny. Abdul Rauf gets 18. His tendency is 82. So yeah, he's a good scorer off the bench if I need that spark. Definitely different than McMillan. Now he goes out. Or we could find a way, 4 to 6 weeks for Starks, to play them both instead of Bowie, who has gone down. He's not good at offense or defense, so he doesn't need to play, is what that sounds like. Grayer's gonna be really mad, I would imagine. Ralph Sampson needs to retire, but he's not. The only thing I don't know is, do I start McMillan with Hardaway at shooting guard? Or do I start Hardaway in Houston? I'd rather have, I think, McMillan and Abdul Rauf off the bench because they're so different. He's not going to play that much, though. Let's do something like that and just see how it goes. Lost to the Cavs, but we beat the Mavericks by 13. Shaq with 26. We'll see. Okay, Houston as a starter was good there. Penny did fine. Abdul Rauf, McMillan. Not great. Abdul Rauf didn't even have an assist in 12 minutes. Barely lost to the Cavs. Penny Hardaway was 3 for 10. That's not very good. Dennis Scott was 1 for 7. Just make one of those and we win the game. Beat a decent Bullets team. That was good for Houston. McMillan was good. Mark Macon scored 27 points, whatever that's about. We are now like half a game ahead of the Pacers, I think. Would like to give Penny his minutes back. Most of them anyway. Get AC up to 33. Let's make this happen. 2 to 4 weeks for John Starks, then things get even more interesting. Alright, let's do that. Beat the Nets. Almost done with all the real people here. Lost to the Spurs, but beat the Pacers. Dennis Scott, 28 points. Marley seems to be happier. Drazen scored 36 on us. Shouldn't lose to the Spurs, but we did. Shaq couldn't get to the line. 3D didn't even shoot a 3. Abdul Rauf was awful, probably bad enough to not play anymore. He's not bad at defense, actually. Beat the Pacers. We are still barely ahead of them. So that was a big win. AC Green didn't make a shot. McMillan was pretty bad. Scott was... he's back to 40%. Alright, I feel like Abdul Rauf not doing so well. I'm actually going to give Jeff Grayer a chance to show his talents, because he plays a little more defense and is the right position. So let's give him 10 and give one... how's he been doing recently? Not very good. So let's give it back to Penny and try that. We're probably not going to catch the Bulls, but staying above the Pacers is our goal here. Beat the Cavs. AC Green is hurt. Starks is day-to-day. This is exciting. He is down quite a bit at some things, so we are going to start Catledge and let, I guess, Corey Blunt play. He did get to play a little bit in a game or two. We'll try that. And, whoops. We'll just, I didn't mean to do that. So now John Starks is back as well. So let's go ahead and get our real lineup back in. Blunt and probably Bowie are down here. Although Bowie's been respectable in his playing time. Got to start half the games he played in. We're going to bring Starks off the bench to start out, just because he's been out for so long. Grayer is not in the rotation. Catledge is. Abdul Rauf in front. Alright. Catledge needs to play 18 somehow. We'll do that. Let's get Starks back slowly. Do maybe a game at a time. See how things go. Didn't look at this one yet. Cavs. Alright. Houston was really bad. Kind of one of the things we're looking at. We lost to the Pistons a couple times already. Starks game back, 1 for 3. Not great, but got back out on the court. Houston was good. Scott was not. McMillan was not. So let's give Green his minutes back slowly. I think we'll take McMillan down. Get Starks up to 17. Let's do both these games like that. Lost to the Sixers by 17. They do have Barkley back now, so there was the actual test, and we did not pass it. Shaq did, though. 3D was good. Marley was really bad. 3 for 10 and 6 turnovers. Houston was 2 for 8. John Starks looks like he's good to go. Penny was fouling out in 20 minutes with 2 points. And then beating the Heat. Shaq was amazing again. Marley had a bounce back. Catledge was 5 for 5. Houston and Penny were awful. Starks was not much better. Alright, Penny's in a cold stretch, so we'll take a minute away from him. We'll give Green his minute back. Hey, Manute Bull's happy. How about that? Scott's still hovering barely over 40%. Houston's just about to lose that starting job, which is the plan anyway, but let's do this week with that lineup. Where are we? We're We pulled away from the Pacers a little bit. Beat the Jazz, Nuggets, and lost to the Celtics. Well, beating the Jazz is good. Starks getting back in the hang. Still didn't make a three in that one. Terry Catledge was 1 for 7. Penny's the one that's been struggling, it seems, during this stretch. Beat the Nuggets by 30. And then I say that, and Penny misses 2 shots, gets 26 points. Shaq had 5 blocks. I think Starks is ready to go. Losing to the Celtics, though. D. Brown is a scoring machine, evidently. Scott 3 for 13, but Starks has been pretty consistent. Unfortunately, that's also been consistent in missing threes. So John Starks getting back in the starting lineup. We'll get Houston down to 15. Scott, not really deserving right now. We'll do 25 for old Starks. Let's go to here. Beat the Bucks, the Knicks, and lose to the Bucks barely. Beat them by 22 on the road. Zoe's averaging 19. Weber had 5. He's averaging 16. Shaq had a game. Benny fouled out. We got Starks with 12. Houston with 13 in his limited minutes. Shaq with a 20-20. Lost by 2 to the Bucks. McMillan and Green and Starks fouled out. Starks didn't make a shot. Hardaway didn't shoot very well. Alvin Robertson had 25 points. We are now pretty much planted in the 2nd seed. We could still have the 2nd best record in the league, which would be wonderful if by chance we get to the finals. Which I know is saying something. I'm curious who has... So I would have the first pick if it wasn't protected. So the Warriors are about to get a lot better. So maybe that's a pick I shouldn't keep it, but I should trade it once it becomes a 95. That will be a great way to make my team better. But I will have, looks like the 15th if the Knicks can sneak into the playoffs, because I think that's lottery protected. All right, with the last, Shaq might win MVP. That would be beautiful. Penny is not quite Rookie of the Year, it looks like. If Shaq wins MVP in year 2, that would be beautiful. We got to beat the Bulls. Beating the Bulls would be an amazing feat. I don't think John Starks earned more minutes in that stretch. We beat the Bulls by 16 in Chicago. Wow. That's big. Dan Marley was taking it to Scottie Pippen, evidently. Penny Hardaway, other than his 8 turnovers, was a good game. Starks only had 7. Houston was 0 for 2. So we're now 4.5 back, I think, from the Bulls. Beat the Bullets by 8. Shaq and Marley. If Starks has a few good games, I'll give him more minutes, but right now, well, Houston might have lost a minute there. Scott definitely didn't earn one. Houston goes down 1. Let's give it to Nate because he seems to be doing all right recently. Green is cold and not very happy. Well, we can give it to Catledge. Give him a minute. We are now a little closer to the Bulls. Beat the Bullets and the Celtics. The Bullets by 8. AC Green leads the team in scoring. That's not happened. John Starks just earned a couple minutes, I think. Shaq only had 12 and fouled out. Manute Bol has his highest scoring game in the 2 years he's been on the team, or a year and a half. He's also at 44%. Now he wants to resign. Marley randomly had 10 assists and 7 turnovers. Not sure why he's playing point guard. Penny with 20. Oh boy, we are now 2 games back from the Bulls. There is a chance. So let's give Penny his minute, give Starks a couple. And try that. Let's win these games, guys. Beat the Heat, and Dennis Scott's going to be out for a while. Did he at least get to 40%? He did. 35 threes. He was at 32, 33 for most of the season, so I'll take it. Unfortunately, he's not going to be playing for a while. Houston becomes shooting guard, small forward, so Grayer probably comes in. Get Bowie up there. Starks can play more. So the scoring off the bench is now Houston and Catledge. That's not bad. Houston's not been doing amazing, but Grayer can shoot a little bit too. He's not gotten to play much, but he played like 1 game. He's played 6 games, but not all of them were actual minutes. Well, we did win by 16. Dan Marley again with 27 points. Shaq was good. Houston 2 for 10. Scott only made it through 7 minutes before getting hurt. Also, Starks only missed 1 shot. So if the Bulls win, I think we're done. Yes, we are now. There's no chance of getting the 1 seed, so I might rest my people actually. Because I do not want them getting hurt. Shaq, I mean, he probably should play just to try to get MVP, but I have locked in the second best record. Unless the Jazz can win 2 games. So let's get through this day because they probably play. And they lost. So we have locked in the second best record. So if the Bulls cannot make it to the finals, and we do, we'll have home court. Alright, we will take Shaq down. We'll let some guys play that don't usually. Green doesn't need to play as much. We don't have another guy that plays power forward. Blunt can. So let's do that. Alright, so we need 14 and 20 is 34. That's 15, 25, 34. Let's let Abdul Rauf play more. And that might be it. We'll go 12 man for one game here. We'll simcast it. Not looking good for the extended rotation. Lost by 27. Penny got 24. Shaq, not a great game, but not terrible. He just couldn't make his free throws. Jeff Grayer off the bench, 12 points in 11 minutes. Starks 4 for 12, 2 for 8. Abdul Rauf 0 for 5, Houston 0 for 8. Green 1 for 7. Oh boy. Not great. For the Nets, it was Kenny Anderson. Alright. Shaquille O'Neal won MVP in year number 2. Got 3 more points per game. He rebounded and a half. More blocks. Got it playing more. He missed only 5 games with that fractured hand at the beginning of the season. Rookie of the year goes to Chris Webber, who was the number 1 pick. Terry Cummings is the 6th man, 16 and 10. I don't know who's their power forward? I don't remember. David Robinson, defensive player of the year, again. Brian Williams, most improved. That's a crazy improvement. Phil Jackson, coach of the year. I'm pretty sure my guy would get it. I did get executive, but my guy went from whatever it was, 39 wins or something, 38 to 56. Come on. Shaq goes from no All-NBA in year 1 to first team in year 2. Got the oldies Magic and Bird here in second team. He's still not retiring. All defense. No Magic on defense. All rookie team, Penny Hardaway. He had to have been really close, because their stats aren't that separated. Alright, we take on the Knicks. So they do have Ewing, but not much else. Dennis Scott's now 2 to 4 weeks. So let's get Sampson back in. Abdul Rauf back out. I think we're going to do 32 for him, 39 for him. He was at 35. Let's do 36, 28, 33. Without Scott, could be even more. He's got to play more. Something like that. We are 10-man. And I'm actually going to pause the broadcast here real quick because my controller is about to die. So give me a second. Alright, let's get back to it. Let's get a game plan against the Knicks going. They don't have any injuries. They also finished the season really bad. Alright, well, Greg Anthony can make some shots. So let's go over on him. Randy Woods, I'm not too afraid of. Reggie Williams, Harvey Grant, Gerald Wilkins, Buck Johnson, Danny Shays. Ewing has to have Shaq on him. Mark Jackson. Probably should have McMillan on him whenever he's in. Yeah, this is not a very deep team. I can see why they made the 8 seed. That also means we get their draft pick this year, so there's that. He needs to be guarded tight because he is a shooter. Yeah, who actually scored for their team? Here's my team. So Green ducked under 10 points after the trade. Only had 3 guys play every game, and one of them was Manute Bol. Wow. Alright, it's Ewing and Reggie Williams and Harvey Grant. So they start Grant at power forward, which means that's Green, that's fine. Small forward is Marley, guarding either one of those. I feel comfortable with that. And it's Starks on Wilkins. So defensively, I like the matchups. Hopefully Shaq doesn't foul out every game. Let's simcast. First quarter, we're down 1. Second quarter, we let them have a big stretch at the end. Now we're down 7. Third quarter is just a slaughter. And we lose by 26 at home. Shaq was 6 for 19. Houston was 1 for 9. 5 for 14. Our field goal percentage had to have been just terrible. Ewing was not to be stopped. They don't shoot threes, but we were even worse. So if these guys don't shoot threes, he doesn't. He kind of does. And he kind of does. So Grant, we should go under screens probably. Also, Houston was really bad, so let's give Starks those. And maybe for Patrick Ewing, we make sure we have somebody helping with Dig, sure. Alright, Harvey Grant, where was he? Let's guard him tight with Marley, and then let's go under. Try a little change there. Who knows if it'll help. Can we not lose both games at home, please? Tied at the end of the first. We again allow a run at the end of the second, but the third quarter at least looks different than last game. And the fourth. Okay. We seem to be in good shape. 1 by 21. Shaq and Penny, good stuff. AC Green, good stuff. Houston, good stuff. Everybody was good except for Terry Catledge there. We can Maybe give another minute to Green. Ewing fouled out, that's helpful. He still managed 28 points. Harvey Grant shot much worse, still got 17. So let's give Green another one based on that performance. Let's win one in MSG, please. I didn't see any sweeps. That's our strongest first quarter so far. We are yet to have a really strong second quarter. It looks like it's going to be maybe a close one. Seems like we have it under control, winning by 10. Whew. Oh my, 21, 19, and 7. And he played all but 3 minutes of the game. Maybe I should match him with Shaq. Reggie Williams was really, really bad, 2 for 17. Harvey Grant only had 4 points. Shaq was pretty good. He was in some foul trouble, didn't play all his minutes. Grayer was not very good. Alright, we're going to give another minute to Shaq, get him up to 40, and actually give one of these Grayer minutes to Houston, or to McMillan. Wow, he's playing really well. Kallage is not. Houston is not. Bull is. Grayer is not. Ugh. Let's give another one to McMillan. Green's good. Marley's good. Starks is good. Penny's amazing. Can we win in New York? There were no sweep. Well, the Bulls and Blazers still have a chance. And they both did it, so. Come on, guys. Good first. Came back in the second. Big third, don't let him back. Alright, ooh. 95, do I dare watch? Okay, let's do it. Oh my god, if this ruins things. Please have the ball. I think we do. We appear to have starters in.
Here's Starks. Down low.
Shaq has the ball with some.
Here's Shaq. Hits it again.
What a shot. I don't know who that
pressure
is.
at all. He's not feeling it.
43.
Unfazed, completely unfazed. And delivers with a clutch bucket.
That's the Knicks' last time out, so that's good to know too, because there's 29 seconds left.
By 2. 29 seconds left in the fourth. The Magic making a switch here.
Defense.
And now defense.
It's Grant Hammond, who the Magic actually drafted in real life. So Ewing must be fouled out. He's over there on the bench, clapping. Mark Jackson just burnt Penny Hardaway and didn't do anything about it. They've got McLeod, Grant, and...
Thank you, David. Grant with a screen on Hardaway.
Who's 21?
6 to shoot. The kick out to Wilkins.
Oh,
to the
Wilkins.
left side wing.
There's a lot of passing here. Mark Jackson's going for the dagger. That's going to be the game. John Starks is going to put it away. And the Magic, after one of the worst seasons in NBA history in year 1, 6 wins, barely missing the playoffs in year 2, are going to get a playoff series victory. So they didn't get a foul. Just don't give it to Shaq, please.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
He's only got 10 points, so not a good game for Penny.
Drops the first one.
Beautiful. And again, they have no timeouts, so if he makes this, it's over. If he misses, they've got to heave it.
But just in general, he is such a determined rookie. Looking to make as big an
Makes
impact as possible.
And
Looking
it's
so
going to
composed
be
at the
Mark
free throw
Jackson
line.
from
Not
3/4
rushing
court.
anything, just going up there and getting
He
the
just
job
made
done.
that, guys.
And they do it. They move on to round 2. And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA
Jackson
Eastern Conference
with the three-pointer from the other free throw line.
and David.
They lose by 1. Holy moly. Okay, well, I'm glad we were up by 4. Magic won a playoff series. That's big. Reggie Williams had a much different game. Ewing played most of the game still. Hammock played just those 2 minutes at the end, seems. Because they don't have a backup center. That's why Ewing was playing so much. Their top 10, well, he is the 10th. They must be 9-man. I don't know. Shaq was pretty good. Missed 4 shots, but 10 free throws. AC Green is 1 for 10, so he had nothing to do against Harvey Grant, I guess. Alright, well, we will be playing against the Sixers, who we did not beat when Barkley played. They are missing Ennis Watley and Adam Keefe. We are beating them by 1.4 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting better, but threes are just horrendous for the Magic. Ron Anderson, Jason Williams is I don't know, is Wall up? Yeah, let's do that. Dawkins is probably their point guard. Keefe is hurt. Oh, Hawkins. Let's see who's better between Starks, Marley, and McMillan. McMillan says 70. Oh, that just says overall. I thought it showed like their defensive ratings on this. No? It's their actual overalls? Alright, well, he's 95 at stealing, 85 at lateral quickness, consistency 88, so he's at least 85 at everything. Penny is not that good. Starks' stealing is a little lower, but just as good. And he's going to be playing more shooting guard, so probably Starks. Marley's stealing is way down, so let's put Starks on him. We're going to go over everything and watch out for the threes. Brian Williams evidently is going to be guarded by Shaq, but we're not going to put that specifically. Greg Graham. Barkley needs to be guarded by AC Green. We will guard him tight. Watley. Joe Wolf. Is he playing? Whoops. Anthony Mason is not a shooter. So let's go under screens on him. We can also kind of do I think a gap on Anthony Mason might be a good idea. Their big guys are not good. So if we can take Barkley out of the game, which actually, let's do that. This is actually the rotation I just had, so that might be what I go with. Let's see. Hardaway definitely has earned his minutes, so has Starks, even though he can't make a 3. AC struggled there, so we can give one back to Catledge. No, AC's the one matching up with Barkley, so if anything, he should actually play more. McMillan's been amazing. Houston and Grayer have not 9-man is an option as well, but let's see how this first game goes. But what I was going to do is for Barkley, wherever he is, let's also dig him on the post. All right, we've got a couple possible Game 7s. Let's see if there's anything worth jumping in on here between the Cavs and the Celtics. It's fairly close, within 6, within 5. Probably not worth jumping in. Well, I probably should have. Celtics got fouled at the end, up 4. So Celtics are moving on to face the Bulls. And we've got the Suns and Rockets, which I'm rooting for the Rockets in this one because the Suns squad is really, really good. Go Hakeem. It's actually Olajuwon versus Robinson in this one. Hey, Baxter. Oh, we've got a close one here. Can we jump in? It's a 3-point game. Rockets pulling away a little bit. Let's watch the last minute 20 with a 2-point game. All right, Suns have KJ, Chambers, Hornacek, Nigel Knight, and David Robinson.
Left in the fourth quarter.
Rockets have Bullard, Thorpe, Kenny
Chambers
Smith,
against Thorpe.
Maxwell,
Chambers can't make the
John
basket.
Tabak is playing.
Houston in the lead.
So Olajuwon must be fouled out, and the Suns are missing.
Out in the wing, Hardaway.
Oh, what a
He's guarded by
pass for
Johnson.
Tabak.
Simply as calm as you can be in that situation. He's got that
The
mentality.
Suns missing.
Doesn't shy away from big
Sabalos
And
probably
there's
the
the
one
call.
that
It's
would be
going to be
in.
an illegal screen.
So they're going to call a
Not that hard
timeout.
to spot an illegal screen. Most of the time, an easy call for the officials.
McKee's checked in for
And
Grant.
Anthony Peeler's coming in. For
The Rockets shooting about 42%
Tabak,
so
who just
far.
scored. So. I think we're going to have
Hardaway
4
against
players.
Johnson.
Oh, number 12. So
Hardaway,
Vernon
no
misses.
good. And here are the
AJ's going to
Suns.
push it up.
Passes it to McKee.
Derek McKee's on the
Here's Chambers.
Suns. That's right. I traded Derek McKee to them. McKee
Johnson
and
finds
Phils.
Robinson.
That's how I got Marley.
McKee
McKee
for the
for
triple.
3
Bullard
misses.
pulls it in, and so they choose to
We've
intentionally
got
foul.
an intentional foul. So I'm going to simcast. And it's going to be over. Rockets win. Well, that's what we wanted. I'm hoping the Celtics upset the Bulls. That would be wonderful. All right, game 1 against the Sixers. Come on, guys. We should be dominating them at the center position, it seems. We're up 11 at halftime. Good third. Oh, no defense in the third quarter for either team. And the second half is all magic. We just won by 39. Shaquille O'Neal had 40 points. Like I said, they don't have a center that could even dare guard him. He missed 2 shots, got to the line a whole lot. We shot 45 free throws. John Starks with his best game, I think, since he returned from injury. Marley and Green were great. Hardaway didn't shoot that much, but was actually decent. Jeff Grayer made 3 shots, including a 3-pointer. Houston didn't do anything. We held Barkley to 16. I shouldn't underestimate. I think they're starting Brandon Williams at center, so he has done well. Williams is a good rebounder, but they don't have backup guards. It's Dawkins, Hawkins, and is Anderson starting at small forward? It's a bunch of power forwards and centers here, so we should be able to run them off the court. I think we're just going to leave that as is and hope that we can do the same thing at home here. First quarter was really bad. They stopped us completely. Second quarter was the opposite. Third quarter, good. It's going to be a low-scoring game, up by 20 here. Win by 24. Shaquille O'Neal is having a series, having a playoffs. Averaging 33 and 13 here in the playoffs. Dan Marley, AC Green, Penny Hardaway was 3 for 14. That's not good. But everybody else, Catledge maybe not so good. Starks only shot 5 times, but had 2 steals, 4 assists. Okay, that's not great. Anthony Mason, 1 for 11. Jason Williams, 0 for 8, 1 for 11. They've got nothing, especially if Hawkins is going to have 7. Barkley and Hawkins is about all they have. I think we keep going. Can we win it in Philly here? Let's go. Good start. Up 8 after 1. Let's get it to double digits. No, not quite. Third quarter, we're down. Pulled away a bit in the fourth, up by, oh yeah, we're going to win by 15. We could go 3-0. Barkley only had 16. They've got some guys shooting really poorly. Keefe, 2 for 10. Anthony Mason has been real bad. He shot 53% in the season, but shooting 34% in the playoffs. It was not Shaq necessarily in this one, although he did have 5 blocks. He fouled out, but John Starks had 30 points, including 5 threes. Jeff Grayer has just decided to step it up here. He might need minutes over Houston. It looks like the answer is yes. As hesitant as I am to change anything, that is a minor change I will do. Dennis Scott might be back for the next series, assuming we can pull this out. Let's just do 1 minute. Can we finish them off in Philly? Let's go. Up 5. Up 1 at half. Let's have a good third. Oh, there we go. Up 3. It's a back and forth here. We're down 3 with a minute left. Let's go watch. I think they have the ball. So we need some defense. Do we have starters on the court? It looks like yes.
1:02 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Barkley.
AC Hawkins. Might want to help AC Green.
From 15
That's
feet
probably
away.
going in.
And
No,
Shaquille O'Neal
Shaq
pulls it down.
with the
Well,
rebound.
you
Let's
got
go
to
get
be
a
there
score here.
defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range
Penny
jumper
Hardaway's
that
taking
he'll
it right
typically
at
drain.
Johnny Dawkins, as he
Marley
should.
passes to Starks.
Handing it off to Starks. Shaq's about to get 3 seconds, I think. No.
Pass
They're
to
posting him
O'Neal.
up
Shot
against
clock at 6.
somebody. Have to get dunked on.
Misses
He
the baby
missed.
hook.
And you
Barkley
need that level of
with the rebound.
defense.
Who's number
And
1?
now they decide to foul intentionally.
Shaq with the intentional foul. If he misses one, maybe there's still a chance.
Good on the first,
What
and
did I
that
say?
gives them a 4-point cushion.
Is that a
Williams
fake
is
guy?
checked in for the 76ers. Mason checks in for Keefe.
Gosh.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Big free throws.
Alright, well,
there,
if we get a
making
quick
this
score, but I
two-possession
almost
game.
never see
Time
that in
call here.
these.
The Magic
Still
decide to talk
somehow
it
have
over.
lots of timeouts, so we'll
They're
probably
trailing
inbounds
by
it and call
5.
another one.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Oh, it's Tom
And now
Hammonds,
to
I
turn
think,
to our
number
sideline
1.
reporter,
Just so
David
weird seeing him,
Aldridge.
that
David.
number.
Well, during the break,
Saw
I
his face
listened
and
in
thought,
on what
yeah,
the head
that's
coach
Tom
for the
Hammonds.
Magic was saying to his
Alright,
team.
we got a quick
How he
shot
praised
here.
the
Marley or
importance of
Starks,
patience down the
please.
stretch.
Or
Coach said we're not going to get it all back
we
at
might
once.
even call
Let's
another one
take it
because
one
somehow we
shot
had
at a time. Make it simple.
5
Make it
at
easy.
the end of the
Aaron,
game.
back to you.
Thank you, David.
It's not even like allowed
Now
when
a
you play.
timeout called by Orlando. They're down by 5. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, at least we get to go back to Orlando. If this is not going to be a miracle. We gotta inbound it.
26 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
We really want to draw up the right play here. We'll be very rested. We might even call another. Here at the Spectrum. We will
Here's
get it
Shaq.
to Shaq,
Puts it up off the inbound.
who goes
Nice D from
crazy
Williams.
and misses. And we will simcast the end of that nonsense to lose by 5. Alright, see if we need to make any changes now. There were no sweeps in this round. Fourth quarter is where we blew it, even though the starters were in. Hawkins had the best game of the series. Penny Hardaway was really bad. He should be able to dominate Johnny Dawkins, I would think. No further injuries. Let me go see who's been doing the best here in this particular series. I mean, we know Shaq is. Marley's been amazing, so we can probably give him even a few more minutes over Houston. Because Houston has not been good. And let's give Shaq another one. Now let's win it in Orlando. Come on. Hold a lead. Let him back at the end of the first. Down 3 at halftime. Third quarter started out beautifully. Let's hold it, guys. Looks like it's going to happen. All right. Moving on to the conference finals. Oh boy. We got 3 guys with 20 points. Penny bounced back in a great way. Shaq with a 20-20. Starks had a great game. Marley was good stuff. Green only shot 3 times, but that's fine. Nate was 0 for 7. That's not good. Oops. Barkley only had 10 points, shot 9 times. Not sure what's up with that. We can delete that. We have 1 to 2 weeks still for Dennis Scott. We've got a possible elimination game here for the Blazers. It's going to be Blazers and Jazz. Best teams in the West. That's not great. I'm rooting for the Celtics so hard in this series. The Bulls win. Celtics win. Let's simcast it. Let's go Boston. In Chicago. Come on, Celtics. Holy moly, what a scoring in the first quarter. Bulls make a comeback in the second. Bulls pulling away a little bit. Oh, man. That's going to be it. Although they made a little run there. Bulls and Magic. So the top 4 seeds all make it to the conference championship. Dennis Scott's day-to-day. Scott Skiles is hurt. Pippen looks like he's not playable. I think we go ahead and put John Starks on Michael Jordan, and we guard him like crazy. Well, he might shoot threes. I don't know. Drive help. We will definitely have help. Oh boy. So when Pippen plays, he will have Marley on him. Go ahead and get that ready. I don't think he's very good at threes at this point, so until we see differently, I'll ball up against him. Bill Cartwright should not be much of a threat. I guess that's not necessary, but we can go under those. Scott Williams. Kukoc, we should probably worry about a little bit. Scott Skiles looked like he's not going to play. It's also not very good at threes anymore. LaFonso, I guess, is AC Green's job. I went the wrong way. Rooks, I think, is who's starting. Hobson, Luther Wright, Chucky Brown. They're not a very deep team, really, for it being the Bulls. Let's see, Pippen's threes. He's usually 66, so I'm not too concerned about that. He's shooting 69% here in the playoffs. They both are amazing in the playoffs. It doesn't help that Phil Jackson's like a super coach, has all the attributes. Cartwright doesn't do much. He is starting, though. They've started all sorts of people. Skiles and Paxson are split. Is Paxson a good three-point shooter? Not really. So let's go to Cartwright. Actually, Paxson. Alright, Cartwright, I'm not too... Alright, do I want to do any changes to my rotation for this? Do I go 9-man, possibly? Maybe I wait to see how they do. McMillan looks like he was struggling there at the end, but he is my best backup overall-wise. We could take one away and give it to Starks since he's guarding Michael Jordan. If Jordan still scores a whole bunch, we might put Marley on him. I don't know. It says they score 6 more points. We're better rebounding, not better shooting, a little better threes. Not very confident, but this team has really progressed here. So let's simcast and see how game 1 in Chicago goes. First quarter looks really good, up 10. Second quarter is the exact opposite. We're losing by more than we won by. Oh, no, we cut it back to 5. Can we hold off in the third? No, we can't. It's a close one in the fourth. We're pulling away. We're pulling away. We're letting them back in it. We'll watch. Let's go a little farther. We'll watch the last minute 15. Down 1. They have the ball. That sucks. It's Jordan, Pippen, Kukoc, Scott Williams,
1:14 left in the game.
And we, oh my God,
Here's Jordan. Nails it from the high post.
Nails the jumper.
Jordan's got 6 here in
Looks
this
like we have
one.
our starters
Well, you
in.
just got to love his
So
competitive
Cartwright's
spirit.
back to come
Jordan
back in.
never gives up on the game.
Hopefully that
Always
goes to
compete.
Shaq.
Starts the pass to O'Neal.
Or,
Oh, my
something like that.
Watch out below. They need a bucket.
Probably should have been and one.
Shaq
We
is
got to get a
always ready
stop
to step
here,
up and deliver.
and I didn't like the
Chicago
way
has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from
John
downtown
Starks
here in
got
the fourth quarter.
crossed over on MJ. Pippen,
Pippen
good
kicks
stop
to
by
Kukoc.
Marley. Kukoc gets
Back to
switched.
Pippen.
Penny on Pippen, come on Penny. You ready to help Shaq?
Back to Kukoc.
Kukoc is open for three, misses. Shaq with the board. Let's go.
Crucial possession right here.
And you can feel the crowd on edge.
Pick and roll
This
Shaq.
is to O'Neal.
Ellsworth person. Okay,
To the
Shaq,
middle.
good Shaq. Okay.
Green
Gotta do
left side.
something. You're gonna get 3 seconds. AC Green
No luck
throws it
outside
up.
on the
AC
shot,
Green
but
gets the
they
ball,
put them on
puts
top.
it in.
Now that
Up
is how you
one,
come
Magic.
through when it matters most. He has ice in his veins. Biggest shot of the game, and he
Oh
converts.
boy,
Chicago
timeout
calls
Bulls.
timeout. They're behind by 1. 19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Gotta play some defense. We were lucky that Kukoc missed that 3. Jordan's got some hair still. They put in number 20, that's LaFonso Ellis. They took out Kukoc. They put Paxson
19
in.
seconds left to play in
I
the
don't
final
think he was
quarter.
in with it. Cartwright's in. Maybe Paxson was. Oh my gosh, defense, guys. You got a foul to give, maybe foul. Paxson, out to Pippen for 3. Misses! Magic
Another
win!
shot, no good. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight
Game 1
game.
in Chicago,
So
that's
this one
huge.
is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for
Scottie
the Eastern
Pippen, thanks to
Conference
his
Finals.
66 overall
For our reporter
threes.
David Aldridge, along with Clark Kellogg and Mike.
Whew. Jordan was amazing. Well, shooting actually was not very good, so we'll leave Starks on him. Pippen was still very effective. LaFonso and Tony Kukoc were really bad. His threes are 80, so the fact that he missed that is crazy. Their 11-man rotation. Shaq only had 19, not good shooting, and Penny was not good either, so the fact that we were able to win this game, I think says something about our chances, because that was not a very good outing. I don't know that I really changed anything. Penny didn't play his minutes. Marley played some more. I think we just stick with it and see how this goes. Nate McMillan is hurt. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. We do. That's where Abdul Rauf, I'm glad I didn't trade him. That is important. So he's going to have to play at least 13 because I'll bump Penny up to 35. We'll give these guys more. And Houston can be 15. He's my new 6th man. Not playing the bench too much. And now we need to do that against the Bulls too. Dennis Scott's got to be really close to returning. I think that's what I did. Scott still says day to day. Alright, well that hurts my defense in the backcourt quite a bit. Let's see how much it matters here. Dennis Scott is back. Dennis Scott is back. Well, he's got to play at 81 overall. Grayer has been alright, but he's no Dennis Scott. Let's take him down. Let's do something like that for this first game. I gave one to him. What's that? Alright, well hopefully that's going to be some scoring off the bench. We'll see how he does. The Blazers won game 1 in the West. Oh, first quarter is beautiful. Can we hold the lead in the second? We do. Up 17 at halftime. Up 25. Alright, we can let this play out. We won by 18 in Chicago. Tony Kukoc, we held Michael Jordan to 8 for 19. Pippen only had 10 points. This is a beautiful defensive game. Shaq still didn't have 20 and also fouled out in 25 minutes. He was definitely going to have probably 30 points. Penny and Marley. Penny was 7 for 22. That's rough. Houston actually did really well. Scott's return was good except for his turnovers. So I think... I don't really know who I take away from here. Ralph Sampson came in and made a shot and got a foul. That's fun. John Starks also fouled out. It would have to be... I don't really want to take Marley and Starks out because they're the guys that can actually guard Jordan and Pippen. So Scott would have to continue to take away from Houston, which I guess is fine. McMillan's like not playing anymore. Let's do 15 and make him my 6th man. We'll go with that. Okay, we're in Orlando. Let's go, guys. Let's keep winning. The Jazz won a game in Portland. First quarter, a good start again, only up 4 because they made a little comeback there. Halftime, up 8. Third quarter, if we can win this quarter, we're in good shape. We do. And we're up by 15, win by 17. Is this gonna happen? Penny had a wonderful game. Shaq with a wonderful game. Starks was amazing. Marley was good, didn't even shoot a 3. We were 7 for 11 from downtown. Abdul Rauf made one. Scott was really bad. But the team played really well, so... And we also shot lots of free throws. Nobody fouled... Oh no, Paxson fouled out in 11 minutes. That's one of the shortest I've seen. It was Kukoc leading the way again. Come on, guys. Can we sweep the Bulls? The Jazz won at home now. They're up 2-1. That's not a good start. The Bulls are probably good in elimination games. I imagine Phil Jackson has that badge. Down 9 at halftime. If we can get 5 of it here in the third, we get 3 of it. Down 8. Down 6. Lose by 5. Shaq with 28 and 21. Fouled out. Marley was good again. Scott was 6 for 8 in that one. Penny not great, but had 4 steals. AC Green is 1 for 7. Abdul Rauf can probably lose another minute to Penny. I'm actually going to play Shaq 42 as well, because he's shooting 62%. Green's not doing great, but neither is Catledge. So I'm going to go there. I think I'm going 9-man. Dennis Scott. Marley's going to play 40. Stark's going to play 36. And we're going 9-man because Houston has not been very effective. He is on fire, though. In these games, he had one good game and one okay game. He made both his threes, but he was 0 for 3 in that one. So I would rather have Dennis Scott on the court to score, especially when Houston is not any better at defense than him, I don't think. 69. Where's Scott? 69. They're actually the same, so we'll get Dennis Scott's 20 minutes. Can we win in Chicago? The Blazers tied it up, so they're 1-1 home and away. We were good in Chicago in the opening 2 games. The first half is looking like a big old win. We are annihilating the Bulls in Chicago. We didn't allow 20 points in any quarter till the 4th. It was a low-scoring game, and we still managed to win by 22, and the Magic are in the finals. Oh, Shaq 18-17, 4 blocks. Didn't foul out. We actually only had 13 fouls as a team. Marley was pretty bad, but everybody else was good. AC Green didn't miss a shot. And we are playing either the Blazers or the Jazz. Oh boy. Depending on the matchups, we're probably just going 9-man from here on out, I would think. Blazers or Jazz? Let's see. Blazers win. And it's going to be the Blazers. We did beat them at least once in the season. I'm hoping they have someone hurt. Terry Porter is not playing. That is helpful. They score more than us, they rebound better, they assist better, they shoot the same, and threes are pretty good, but just not quite as good as us, so that's not cool. Terry Porter's not playing, not worried about him. We gotta put John Starks on Clyde Drexler. We gotta guard him really tight. We'll just leave that. Duckworth is probably gonna be Shaq, and we are not going to worry about him so much. Robert Pack might be their starting point guard now. Oh my god, it's Sabonis. Never mind. Freaking Sabonis is playing. Why can't I find... There it is. I don't necessarily want Shaq on Sabonis, but I might have to. He can shoot threes. He cannot, I don't think. I think he's not good at threes on this either. Danny Ainge probably can. So Buck Williams is gonna... That might make more sense for Shaq. No. I'll just leave it automatic. We'll guard Sabonis tight because he can shoot the ball. Although he's not a three-point shooter. We'll go under screens on Buck. Let's do here moderate. Do a gap on Bryant. Well, now let's go see who they've been playing. So Kersey, 66-3, so it's the same as Pippen. Drexler's been ridiculous. Does he shoot threes? He's also 66 of them, so not worried. It is Robert Pack that's been well, Lee Mayberry started a few, and he's shooting really well. Pack can't make threes at all, so I need to adjust that. He's 31 at them, so definitely not. Alright, so let's go to Pack. Make sure we go under on him. We'll do moderate, go under, wall up. And my rotation was right, hopefully. 9-man in the finals. Here we go. Can we do it? They're missing a better player than I'm missing. We're at home as well. That's big. Home court advantage in the finals. Big lead in the first. Keep it close. Oh, man. We just won by 29. Shaq's pretty good. Dan Marley's pretty good. Starks, not so much. Penny Hardaway has not been great here these last couple series. Clyde Drexler is playing lots of minutes. Let's go with the same thing here. Win another one at home. Come on. Not quite as good a first quarter, but we did pull away there at the end. Halftime, we are down. And we're still... Ooh, it's tied. Back and forth here. Not looking good. Nobody scoring. And we lose by 9. It was Penny this time, but Shaq fouled out in 29 minutes. So maybe I take a minute. Well, he needs to be in the matchup against Sabonis. But if he plays too much in the beginning, he's at risk of fouling out. Drexler's doing whatever he wants, it seems, against Starks. He did have 9 turnovers, though, and hasn't shot a great percentage. So let's give him the Jordan treatment of help defense. Let's do that automatic. Try to back off some of these guys. I'll take one away from Shaq just in hopes that he can play more. I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense, I guess. We'll stick with it. Give Starks another one. Trying to match up with Drexler. Alright, now we're in Portland. Gonna be a little tougher. And maybe a lot tougher. Down 9, not even scoring in the second quarter. Down 14. Oh boy. Still down 14. Lose by 10. Drexler is unstoppable. He did foul out. So did Shaq again. So did Marley. Shaq did it fairly early. AC Green is 1 for 10. I think I'm going to switch to Marley on Drexler for this one. I got my hopes all up, and now it's not looking great. Let's try Marley. That would put Starks on like Cliff Robinson or something, so that's not good either, but oops, I don't mean to edit them. I just want, oh my gosh, I just want to see them. So perimeter D, they're both A+. Attribute wise, they're both 90s. Starks is a better stealer. Marley's more consistent and laterally quick. So I guess that's what we hope helps. I guess. Come on. Much better first quarter than last. Oh my, up 15. Just don't blow it, guys. Okay, up 31 at halftime is, I'd say, not blowing it. We had 100 at the end of the third. We only won by 19 somehow, but because we only scored 40 or 38 in the second half. So even it up. Again, this is where home court advantage helps. Drexler still did great. Shot barely under 50%. Almost fouled out. Robinson did a little better, but his shooting percentage was not good, so I'll take it. Shaq fouled out yet again. Did have 5 blocks. Maybe I put Shaq on Buck so he can help and maybe not foul Sabonis all the time. We're going to try that, I think. If Green has some strength. He's 81 strength, so I think we're going to try that. Penny Hardaway's hurt. He's mostly just slower. That's not helpful. Alright, I am going to instead put Green on Sabonis. And hope that that helps Shaq stay in the game. Who did they lose? Buck Williams is hurt. He's not out. Back in Orlando. I guess we can do this lineup too. Just win every quarter, guys. That's all it takes. Win every quarter. Up 9 at halftime. Third quarter was not good. I'm guessing Shaq is out again. I think we're going to lose this one. I guess we can watch. It's 4 with a minute left. Probably they have the ball. Yes, they do. We're going to have to lose on the road, or win on the road.
Here's Drexler.
Shaq is in. It's
54
Starks
seconds
that's
left to
out.
play here in the fourth. Puts it up from 12. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
That's a big stop.
Here's Starks.
Starks is going to pop a 3
Off
and
target from
miss.
outside.
Defense got all kinds of fortunate right
Drexler's
there.
gonna get a
Usually
dunk.
he takes full advantage of that
No,
situation.
he's
I'm
going to miss
sure
the
he'll
layup.
take another shot at
Oh,
it
they
if
should
they
have
keep
stopped
giving him
that.
openings.
Marley's going to get, is that a flagrant?
A different look now for Portland.
That looks
He's
pretty
checked in for
aggressive.
Williams. And Ainge is subbed in for Kevin Duckworth.
It's Penny who's
So the first
fouled
one
out over
drops,
there.
and that
No,
narrows
he's
the
coming
lead
in.
down to just 3.
Big spot here for Marley. He's someone they want to be there.
Both free throws good for Marley.
2-point game.
This
If we
is
can get
what makes
another
him special,
stop, we
his
don't necessarily
ability
have to
come
foul
through
here.
in these spots.
But we're going
So they
to.
foul intentionally.
I guess that might be smarter. I don't know.
And an intentional foul right there.
Drexler is tired. I guess there's a chance he misses one, but he's also probably very clutch. And likely a good free throw shooter.
It's the first, and that makes it a
Miss it,
3-point
Clyde.
lead.
Miss it,
And
Clyde.
Glide deliver when it matters most in the clutch. All eyes are on him.
Free
Timeout,
throws
Magic.
now make this a 2-possession game.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They trail by 4. 26 seconds left in the game. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, during the last break, I heard Orlando's coach talk to his team. The message was simple. Keep fighting. Coach told his team, we're in this. We just need some extra effort. Let's go. See if they can come back. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Passes it to Starks.
We're just going to run
On
overtime.
the
Marley's
corner.
open in the
It
corner.
falls.
And he's going to make it.
And he is brought
It's a
them to within
2.
2
Oh, my
points.
God.
With everything on the line, cash money right there.
Well, if he's feeling the pressure, he's not showing it.
They
Marley
want to
just
extend
fouled.
this game. That's why they did what they did there.
Yep, so they had to foul there. Need a little luck now.
Should put it away. If that was a 3, it'd be a different story.
Helping them weather his absence.
We're out of
And
timeouts.
for anyone who's wondering why they call him
Probably
Clyde the
gonna
Glide, just
not wait
watch
for
the
the
way
last
he
shot.
cuts
Shaq's
right through the
gonna-
defense and flies up and down the court.
It's just pump
Hardaway,
faking.
no good.
See,
And
Green
it's
almost
Shaquille
got
O'Neal.
that. So we're going to simcast this. That's not what I meant to do. I want just a normal simcast, please. Oh boy. Shaq had 27 and 15. He ended up fouling out, I guess, at the end. Marley did foul out. Starks and Green were awful. Not sure what to do. Drexler, I mean, he got 36, but he didn't shoot very well. And their team didn't either. Shaq did at least get to play his minutes. Oh, man. I got my hopes up pretty high. Starks is not doing well, but he's great defense. AC Green is doing really bad. But Catlidge isn't much better. I guess we can do that. At least take it to 7, guys. Up 6. Still up 6. Big third here, up 18. Don't blow it, please. Win by 22. Game 7 at home. Drexler fouled out in 29 minutes. That's very helpful. He shot pretty well. Their team shot decent, except for Kevin Duckworth and all these guys that didn't make a shot. Shaq only had 2 fouls somehow. Okay. He also was great from the line. Penny had 6 turnovers. Green was still really bad shooting. That's because Buck Williams, I think, is a good defender. Well, I think 43 is probably about the most we're going to do for Shaq. I don't know how I would change anything else. Has Hardaway still done well while he's been hurt? Abdul-Aruf's been fine, so we'll go with what worked there. Game 7. Can we successfully get this challenge done in 3 years and not have to risk losing it in the 4th? Here we go. Go Magic. Good into the first there, up 8. Here we go, second quarter. We're up like 30. Yes. All right. The stress is gone. Let's watch the last 30 seconds and see the celebration. The Orlando Magic will be your champs in 93-94. Looks like we have starters in, nobody fouled out. And I think the same
30
for the
seconds
Blazers.
left here in the fourth quarter.
Looks like everybody is out there. Would be out there. Shaq's going to
Here's
still try
O'Neal.
to get a
No
bucket
good on
here.
that one. Nice D
Guess
from
there's still time
Sabonis.
left. Let's see if the Blazers run the clock out or still
Porter
trying to
looking it
score.
over.
Terry Porter's playing, I just recognized that.
Passes
Didn't
to
even do my
Drexler.
matchup against him. So I thought about shooting.
Lets it go from deep.
Did a step back,
No good.
but go out of
And they've
bounds.
done it. The Orlando Magic have
All
won
right,
the
well, I'm pretty
NBA
happy that I made
championship.
those trades mid-season. Trading Horace Grant,
All the travel,
trading
all the practices,
Derek
all
McKee,
the meetings, all the games, wins and losses.
Bobby Phillips.
The emotion, the exhaustion culminating into tonight.
You can't get much
whenever you win
more
the NBA
difficult. I guess what would make it more
championship,
difficult
there's
is
a
like a
level of
mediocre
accomplishment and
team.
excitement that really can't be matched.
Well, the
Pretty
Rockets kind of
amazing
were
to have
mediocre when
accomplished
I
this
took over
goal.
them. But I was thinking like
The
a bad team, I
celebration
guess,
is
and
here,
you don't get
and
Shaq
this place
in the
is
first
going
draft.
crazy.
That would be bad.
The bench loves it. The fans obviously overjoyed. This is one of
I
those
was
moments
prepared to
these
have to do
players
another
will
season.
never forget.
That's
Now,
why I got Allen
let's
Houston,
take you to the
thinking he's going to
presentation
go up.
of the Larry O'Brien Trophy. NBA Commissioner doing the honors.
Shaq gets Finals MVP and regular season MVP in his second year. Some of this kind of gives me ideas of who I should go after in future simulations too, like Dan Marley, impressive. AC Green, kind of hit and miss. So in the finals, he had 8 points in one game. Wow. I don't remember seeing it was 8 points. I remember seeing it fouled out. Fouled out in 3 straight games, but hey, he finished pretty strong. 6 blocks, 34 and 19. He averaged almost 27 and 14 in the playoffs. Let's see how the guys did. Starks had a good finish. Penny, even while hurt. 3D steps it up. Terry Catledge was like a key player. AC Green had his best game of the finals, perhaps. Marley, not so much, but everybody else. And Marley was the one designated on Drexler, who held him to a terrible shooting night. He still was going to get his no matter what. Was that the only game Porter played? No, he played the last two, and I didn't even notice because I blew them out in game 6, so. Oh, well, wasn't that fun? That's going to be one of the hardest turnarounds I will ever have to do. Where do I see? What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. Nope, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for, let's say this, I guess. And we can look at this to show that we were 6 and 76, then 38 and 44, barely missed the playoffs, and then 56 and 26, the second seed, second best team in the league, overcome the Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then the Blazers in the finals in 7 games. That was fun stuff. Stressful, but fun. Alright, I think I mentioned this in an earlier video, but I was thinking if I can do this successfully with 3 teams in a row, that'll be my, or maybe it's just till I do it with 3 teams, so not necessarily in a row. Till I'm successful with 3 teams, then I will kind of move on to 92-93 with trying to get the real rosters and everything set up for that, so people can have a different starting point, and that will be the plan. So I will check out the draft classes of 92 and 93 that got to play in this sim, adjust some attributes and tendencies as needed, so those are a little more realistic. And then I guess the next time you hear from me, I will be doing the randomization to kick things off for team number 3 of this challenge. So hopefully you've enjoyed. Till next time, Shoe Shack Redemption's out.